For some speakers, their entire career is built on booking through an agent or through speakers bureaus. That's not the game that I play. I don't work with speakers bureaus. I don't work with agents, only because my content and my expertise isn't really in alignment with what they typically look for. But I have colleagues in the speaking business who their entire speaking business has been and always will be through speakers bureaus, in which case it's extremely important for them because they have built relationships with speakers bureaus. They become known for those in those speakers bureaus, and they don't ever have to go and look for work anymore because the speakers bureaus reach out to them and the speakers bureaus will recommend them to the clients, right? And so when you can build that sort of a relationship with the bureaus or the speaker agents, that can be very, very, very powerful. That is a very specific direction that speakers take, and I know a lot of speakers in that direction, and some of them do exceptionally well in their business. Most speakers now do not follow that path. And the reason they don't follow that path is because the barriers of entry are very high, because most of those speakers now, when they get in that lane, they're there for years, they become celebrities in their lane, and it's very difficult to step into those lanes with that measure of experience. You know, they're celebrities, they are New York Times #1 best-selling author, they are known entities. So it's, you know, a little bit difficult sometimes to get into that. The barriers of entry are high. The other world of speaking is sort of the sell from the stage type world. And that's a huge range of opportunities in there as well. And that's where most fledgling speakers, they step into that world. And some examples are, you know, they might hold their own events. Like Jane and I have done that for many years. We still do that, hold our own events, and we bring audiences in and we do that. We go to other people's events that are not corporate events, other entrepreneurs who have their events. 2 weeks ago, we spoke at a real estate investors conference, and we had an offer and we did exceptionally well there. So we will go speak at other people's events. I do a lot of virtual speaking for which I am not paid, but I can get referrals in there and I make offers and I can build my list. Like, there's always an exchange of value. So if we take the speaking business and we simplify it to its simplest form, we've got these two worlds. We've got the corporate association world where we use speakers bureaus and agents, and we have the non-corporate association world where we have private events and we don't use speakers bureaus or agents. Generally, the fundamental difference is here you get paid to speak. You go, you get your fee, you speak, you go away. Here you don't get paid to speak, and you go and you monetize creatively. And there's pros and cons to each side. I've played in both worlds. I prefer this side over here because I can be more creative. I'm a lot more free to express the way I want to express. I can make a lot more money here. I like this world, but the risk is much different. Right? Now, consider this, okay? You would think that this side is much riskier than being paid a fee. It's like, you know, I want to get a salary as opposed to commission, right? It's the same concept. But here's what happened with COVID. When COVID hit, Jane and I had to make some changes because, you know, we had to go virtual. We never missed a beat in terms of revenue, but I have friends and colleagues who have been in the speaking business for 30 years who were out of business in a single day. Stopped. Done until COVID was over. And so there's risk on both sides. There's rewards on both sides. I don't know that one is the right and one is the wrong. There's no like light side and dark side, you know, but there's massive opportunities on both sides for the right speaker. And one of the things we need to do as speakers is understand where we play. Do we play in the corporate and the association space? Do we fit in that world where we have corporate expertise, we have corporate experience, we have corporate celebrity, we have corporate leadership or authority, and we fit in that space? And we're not comfortable monetizing. We're not comfortable making offers. We just, you know, don't like that world. So we're going to go over there, and that's perfectly legitimate. There are others, and this is where I play is, look, I've got these great programs. They're high ticket programs. They're not for the corporate space, but for the entrepreneurial space. And there's this massive world over here that I can play with. So I prefer over there. So we need to decide, where are we going to play?